Welcome to Restricted Views Everton Fan TV. In today's video, I'm going to be looking at a bit of tactical analysis from yesterday's game, Nottingham Forest versus Everton. I've seen multiple opinions online on how Everton aren't composed at the minute in games, and maybe that's why we're failing to see games out, or we're simply not showing composure throughout the game. One thing I noticed right from the kickoff in yesterday's game, at the start of the match, Iwobi took the kickoff from the first half. Now, let me take you back to the Aston Villa game. Everton kicked off first against Aston Villa at home and at Goodison Park. What Neil Maupay is going to do is he's going to play a very simple ball to the centre defence. In this instance, he plays the ball to Conor Cody. The ball is going to go that way. What Onana's going to do, as you can see, Onana is on the centre circle. Here is Onana, and he's looking to make a run forward. So obviously Neil Maupay is going to take the kickoff. The centre-back, in this case, Conor Cody, is going to be looking to play a long ball up, and Onana's going to be the recipient of the long ball, hopefully, if it all goes well. So Onana's going to make that run up the field. Conor Cody, in this case, then, is going to play the long ball up the field and hopefully try and find Onana. As the play goes on, you'll see what happens. Maupay plays a simple pass back. Conor Cody puts the ball up and Onana wins the header, and then suddenly it's only a few seconds into the game and we're on the attack. Perfect setup. Sean Dyche will be happy with it. Now let's see what happens against Forest. Here we are. The kickoff against Forest. Everton get the kickoff again in the first half. This time, Neil Maupay's not playing. So Iwobi takes the kickoff. And it's the same scenario. He's going to play it back to the central defender. In this case, is Michael Keane. Let's take a look at Onana again. Same position. Looking to make the same run that he did previous. So that run from Onana will be in that direction. The ball will be getting played very simply from Iwobi back to the central defender, which is Michael Keane. And Michael Keane will be looking to play a lofting ball up to Onana. Now let's see what happens. This is where composure comes in. It's the first kick of the game, and it's a simple set piece which can result in an attacking bit of play in the first 10 seconds for Everton. Unfortunately, it didn't quite go to plan. Let's see. So the game kicks off. Iwobi standing over the ball. The whistle gets blown. And look at that terrible, terrible ball back. Let's just replay. Let's just flick back 5 seconds. Once again, let's look at this bad ball and let's slow it down a little bit. Iwobi takes the kickoff. And he just loops it into the... It's a bobbling ball into Keane. Hard to control. And now Keane is going to play that long ball up, but with a bouncing ball, doesn't get the accuracy on the ball he needs to find Onana. And suddenly, instead of being on the attack, the ball just on the edge of the Forest box, here we are now, out of possession in the first 5 seconds of the game. Shelvey's got the ball, and Forest are looking to attack. Early on in the game, second minute, Everton get a free kick in the Forest half, close to the corner flag. It was almost a corner, but it was a free kick. As you can see here, lots of bodies in the box. This is what I like about Sean Dyche's Everton. We're getting bodies forward at every opportunity, and we'll see this when we get the penalty on the 10th minute. But it's a free kick. It's almost like a corner. They put 5 bodies inside the box. Michael Keane's up, Tarkowski's up, Decore, Onana, and Iwobi. Dwight McNeil and Demarai Gray were standing over the ball to take the free kick. When the free kick's being taken ahead towards the back post, and Decore does his best to get his head on it, after the free kick's taken, Dwight McNeil makes a run inside the box, almost adding an extra man to the attack. Forest are trying to clear the ball, they're trying to get rid of it, but just look how many Everton bodies are still around inside the box. Garner Gay joins the attack, so now we've got 7 Everton players. The ball broke loose on the right-hand side. Near enough all the Everton players went short. I would have loved to see Iwobi make a forward run in that instance. We managed to work the ball into the box and we had a half chance. But it just shows how we're getting players forward inside the box and being attacking under Sean Dyche. So let's look at the penalty. There's no argument, it was a clear penalty, but let's look at the build-up. It just came from a simple kick up the field from Jordan Pickford. He clears the ball, and let's play it on. Jordan Pickford clears the ball up the field. It lands with Dwight McNeil. Dwight McNeil does quite well to control the ball and has a look over his shoulder and looks for Damari Gray. He has to fend off Shelvey, which he does so well. Gives it to Ben Godfrey. Godfrey plays it into Damari Gray. Now, right here, let's stop it. Because you can see there's no one really ahead of Damari Gray. Not that you would expect it to be, but there's no one really ahead of him. Iwobi is over on the right-hand side, as you can see, and that's probably going to be the ball he's looking for. In actual fact, he does play that ball. He spreads the ball out that way. What we're going to look at now is the forward runs by the Everton players. So let's take it on a little bit more. Damari Gray, head up, plays that ball. Now just look, the impetus of getting forward. Once again, we've talked about how Sean Dyche's Everton likes to get players forward. So as you can see, Dwight McNeil, head down, running into the box. Onana, Damari Gray, Decore looking to get inside the box. Garner Gay supporting. And out of frame, Seamus Coleman always is making a run to get inside the box. He's not actually in frame now, but he will be soon. Iwobi cuts in onto his left foot and plays the ball in, maybe creating a better angle. But as you can see now, we have McNeil, Onana, Damari Gray, Decore, and suddenly Seamus Coleman, who was out of frame earlier, has actually absolutely sprinted up the field and got himself into a dangerous position. The ball goes in. Onana wins the header. Doesn't really come to anything. It was really scrappy inside the box. We couldn't get a hold of it. Forest couldn't clear it. In the end, it breaks to Dwight McNeil, and a really piece of sloppy play by Shelvey by throwing his foot in and conceding a penalty. No doubt it was a penalty. As you can see, the referee has got a perfect position where he is. He's looking straight at the incident, and he gives a penalty straight away. But once again, I would bring your attention to the amount of players in the box for Everton. From a simple goal kick, we've worked it well into Damari Gray. Gray's put it wide into Iwobi. Iwobi's put a ball into the box, and multiple players in the box to support and try and score a goal. Everton will score goals, I'm sure, in our run. In 12 games to go, if we keep the same attacking prowess as we did against Nottingham Forest and under Sean Dyche, more goals will come. Forest goal. 18 minutes. Let's take a look at Forest's first goal. Comes from a throw-in inside the Everton half. Nottingham Forest play it round the back. And we'll play it on in slow motion and just see what happens. So here you're thinking no real danger. Let's just take it back 1 second. Right here you're thinking no danger. But take a look at Gibbs White. A thorn in the side of Everton all day long. He's up against Michael Keane, and he's going to come short to receive this ball. And Michael Keane does not follow him. And this is where Everton's problems start. So right here, Gibbs White is going to come short to receive the ball. Michael Keane doesn't know whether to go with him or not. In the end, he does a bit of both, and that's why Nottingham Forest played round us so easily. As we play the ball on, you will see Gibbs White coming short for the ball, receives the ball in midfield, but right there, look at Michael Keane. He started to go with Gibbs White, but then he stopped. He doesn't want to commit himself going into midfield and leaving a gap behind him. What happens, though, is Gibbs White actually just receives the ball and turns on it. And now when he turns on the ball, no Everton player is in an immediate vicinity to put a challenge in. No Everton player is close enough to put a challenge in. So Gibbs White just thinks, fantastic. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the ball and I'm going to run at Michael Keane. And then Michael Keane is not going to like that because he's already in no man's land. So he turns and he runs with the ball. He comes up to Michael Keane and he plays a really clever 1-2 with Chris Wood. He's thread a ball between Michael Keane and Garner Gay. He's actually done really well. He's played it into Wood. Wood is going to give him the ball back in that area where there's a huge gap being left by Michael Keane. As Gibbs White plays the ball, he's already passed Michael Keane. He's almost passed him in 2 seconds. He plays the ball and he's on the front foot. Michael Keane is slow to turn and run back, and suddenly Gibbs White is in. He's going to run into that area, receive the 1-2. Seamus Coleman is doing his best to get across. Decore is going to do his best to get back. Garner Gay should be maybe a little bit more on the front foot in order to read that. Unfortunately, Tarkowski can't go anywhere. He has to stay with Chris Wood. So that leaves just this massive gap opening up here for Gibbs White to run into. As he does, he little 1-2. Gibbs White runs onto the ball and hits it first time. As you can see, plenty of Everton players back. Back in defence, but not quite in the right area. Also, look at Ben Godfrey. Godfrey knows the danger. He sees the gap left by Michael Keane. He anticipates Tarkowski having to close that gap. So what Godfrey does is he starts to shift into a more central defence area, forgetting that there's someone behind him. Johnson, who eventually scores the goal. As Gibbs White strikes the ball, has a shot on Jordan Pickford, Ben Godfrey is now completely out of position. He's moved himself inside to try and cover the danger, and he's left the goal scorer at the back post. As a left back, he's completely out of position. He's been dragged in due to the danger, and he's left Johnson at the back post to score the goal. As you can see, he's not in a natural position right now for a left back. Maybe that's due to his inexperience as a left back, but there were multiple mistakes here in this build-up play, which led to the first Forest goal. Everton do fantastic to get back in the game. They score a second goal through Decore. Really good work set piece. We won't go through it here today, but what a great ball. What a great set piece. The long ball up to Tarkowski. Tarkowski with the initial header, flicked on by Michael Keane, and Decore scores the goal just roughly from the penalty spot area. Really good set piece. And once again, Sean Dyche's team work a set piece really well, result in a goal. Unfortunately for Decore, his luck will change. And unfortunately for Everton, it'll lead to the second goal for Nottingham Forest. On the 75th minute, Decore gives away a free kick. Seemingly not in the worst area at all in the pitch. It's inside the Everton half, but it's near the touchline, shouldn't pose too much danger. That's what we thought. Forest prepare for the free kick. Shelby takes it, he's been taking all the set pieces, and he puts a ball towards the back post. Michael Keane was aerially fantastic for Everton. All the balls that went into the box, the majority of times he had his head on them. And I think he cleared 8 balls out the box from an aerial position. Really good play by Michael Keane. Definitely one of his strengths since returning to the Everton team. The ball gets headed away by Michael Keane, but it lands to Gibbs White, who was part of everything good Forest did. Gibbs White twists and turns, but the ball breaks loose to Onana. Onana plays the ball forward. As you can see, Garner Gay, it's going to drop to Garner Gay. Garner's looking to see where he can play the ball, and he gives it to Decore on the left-hand side. At this stage, I'm thinking, Decore, take the ball, run with it, get it up the field, up that way. Don't be doing anything silly with it. Right now, he plays a ball, a sloppy ball, and it's blocked. And suddenly, Everton have committed players forward. Look at the Everton bodies getting forward. Garner Gay was going forward. The midfield were going forward. Tamari Gray is going forward. Suddenly, we're in trouble. All these players are ahead of the ball, and it leaves the defence vulnerable. Johnson brings the ball forward. Our back 4 is now a back 3 because Ben Godfrey is being pulled inside by the Johnson run, which leaves the left back position once again open. Decore can't get back, and the left back position now is under real attack because that's where the ball's going to go. Johnson slips the ball through, and suddenly Everton, okay, don't look too bad. We have our back 4 intact. Right now, as you can see, as the ball's on the right-hand side of our box, we're left with a 4-on-4. And what can we do from here? Tarkowski highlighted, sees the danger. I think he knows the ball's going to be played in his direction. Unfortunately, it's just out of his reach. And it's a fantastic finish by Johnson. Fair play to him. Johnson gets a second of the match, second for Forest, and it's a point each. Overall, I don't see it as a disastrous result for Everton. Yes, I think we all feel a bit more disappointed because we were winning 2-1 and we thought we had the 3 points. We could taste the 3 points. It wasn't to be. We come away with the point. Nottingham Forest is a really difficult place to go and get a result this year. Coming away with a point just shows a bit of extra resilience. We didn't go and lose against Forest, and we take that forward now into our next away games. If we're looking for positives from the result, I thought Michael Keane, apart from the first goal, actually had a decent game. Everything that went into the box, he cleared from an aerial perspective. He was the Everton defender with the most aerial clearances. He will gain a lot of confidence in that. Probably less convinced with Godfrey at left back. Look, I know that's not his natural position, but I think he did just find himself out of position a couple of times, which led to our downfall in the end. Hopefully Mikalenko is back on Saturday for Brentford at Goodison Park. We have 12 games to go. 8 of those 12 games are teams in the top half of the Premier League. We're going to need some fantastic results against the likes of Chelsea, Newcastle, Manchester United, even maybe Man City, if we have a chance of staying in the league this year. It's going to be really difficult. I don't know which way it's going to go, but we'll be here for every step of the way. We are Restricted Views, Everton Fan TV. We have more content coming along, so please like and subscribe and stay tuned.